Grade 8, welcome to the Technology Mini Practical Assignment. And this assignment deals with the module structures. We are looking currently at the assignment which you will be presented on the assignment day. And you will have to fill in all the information on this cover sheet, which is your name and your specific grade and the class that you belong to. The assignment consists of two components, which would be your research as well as your designs, which would be 2D and 3D designs, which you are going to do. The mark allocation is 70 marks, of which 30 will go to research and 40 will be allocated for the designs. If we look at the scenario, you will see there's a nice little picture of a stand, and what you are going to do is you will read through the information. You will look at the picture and read through the information. On the day you will receive the assignment, and you will give a short analysis of what you've read in this space over here. Now, just to give you some context as to what we are going to be looking at, is that most of us play sport. At the moment we have a field at school or at your soccer club, or rugby club, or tennis, wherever you play a sport on a Saturday. And at the moment there is a real need for a stand. And designers are invited by means of a tender by the Department of Sports and Recreation, where they are putting this tender out to designers like yourself to come up with a simple stand which could be situated, built and situated next to the respected field, where supporters can come and experience live matches on a specific day. It says clearly here that you need to design and construct a stadium stand for the local sporting arena in your area. The stand will offer seating for spectators to watch live games being played. The stand will have elevated seating like it is here, and a roof cover to provide shelter from harsh weather conditions. So that's very important to understand during your analysis. A tender, of course, is a bid for companies to apply, and in the tender the companies need to give you details of how the project will be done, what it's going to look like at the end, and how much they are going to charge. You being part of the tender process, you will have to look at a design brief. You will have to list specifications and constraints as well. By looking at the design brief, you are going to say what needs to be designed, who it is for, and what is the reason for that specific design. You're going to list 5 specifications that will range from location, where it must be built. You're going to come up with a creative name, the type of stand, the dimensions involved, and there I've given you some guide dimensions, 120 by 900 by 900, which is basically a prototype, which is a scale model dimension. We are going to look at those specific dimensions and scale it up to reality once we are going to build. You have to look at safety aspects. You could look at size, materials, function, human rights issues, and environmental issues regarding the stand. You only need 5. Any 5 of your choice. You also need to list constraints. Constraints, we are looking at how much time you're going to need, or materials that are available, the tools that are available, and the human resource, who is going to do what, and what human resource, what work and skills are required. This is very important. This is your research activity. Here you are going to fill all these blocks with research. And what research is it that we need to do? And that is why I'm sending this ahead of time, so that you can find all these research items, bring it to school, cut it out, and paste it in this space here. You will have the name, You will have a picture and you will have the information. What are we looking at? You need to find examples of 6 different types of stadiums or stadia and briefly explain each. Every field has different stands within stadia or stadiums. We need to identify different types of stadiums or stadia all over the world. So you could look at 6 of your stadiums which you can identify. For example, the best way of doing that is to go to the Google search bar. Let's do that quickly. So for example, I could say, let's look at Anfield. And I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to say Anfield in my Google search bar. Click on it. And it has to do with a soccer club called Liverpool's home ground. So what I'm going to do is that there is Anfield. I'm going to click on that specific picture and I'm going to copy the image into this document that I see here. I will go into my document and I will paste it right there. There is my one. Here I'm going to say the name of the field, and you know that's going to be the field name, Anfield. Copy that into my, so I'll add that there. And then I'm going to add some information regarding this field as part of my research. So I'm going to go back to my Google page and look at a bit of information. This tells me about, which will just tell me about the field itself. And here I will find why is it called Anfield. And I will use this information here, which you're going to rewrite in your own words. And you will rewrite it into this space that you will see here. You cannot rewrite the wording from the internet directly into this space, as that will be regarded as plagiarism. Plagiarism is not allowed in research. We need to ensure that we take the information and rewrite it in our own words. I'm just going to correct the spelling here. There we have Anfield as the field that we are looking at. So you can take another field. If you're a rugby supporter, you could go with Cape Town Stadium or Newlands, and you can have a picture of Newlands and some information regarding Newlands. If you are into tennis, you can take Wimbledon in England, and you can write down some information and have a picture as well. And so you will fill up this entire research page. But what you need to bring along would be all the pictures and the information so that you can do the activity in your class while doing the assignment. Upon completion of this research activity, we are going to go into the design process, where we are going to design in 3D a stand, and we will use our grid paper to assist us in that regard. So grade 8, just before we start designing, we want to recap on our size that we are going to use, and to alter that so that it fits perfectly onto this page. We're going to have a length of 12, which would be 12 spaces that we have here. We're going to have a width of 3, and we're going to have a height of 3 as well. We are going to start around about, say, here, more to this side, because the longer side is going to go that side. So I'm going to show you quickly how to put a stand together. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3 to that side. We're going to go 1 up, 1 in, 1 up, 1 in, 1 up, and one to that side. We're going to close it here like that there. We're going to add an additional extra pole there, and that's a pole attached. We want to have a pole here which goes up like that, and we're going to add a roof that's going to go slightly above this section over here. So that's my seating which we have there, and I'm going to add some width to that seating. So this is going to go right down like that until it gets to this point, and then parallel to this line we draw that, and then we go inside, and then that will be our first seating that we have there. But let's put on our roof. Our roof is going to go also 12 to that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And it goes 12 to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to close the roof like that there. And we're going to add our pole here. What we can do, however, we can extend this roof a little bit like that and have an overlap section if you want to, or you can stop it just like that. So you can add like the roof shading on top there. Then of course you are just going to see these items that's going to appear under the roof. That is going to go till there, that's going to go till there, that's going to... These are my seating sections here, that's my upright. Then learners, that's going to be my support pole that I have there. That's going to be a support pole at the back there. This is going to be concrete here. I'm going to have my dimensions inside here, which is going to be, that is going to be my length, which is going to be 120. This is going to be my width, which is going to be 3. That's going to be my height, which is going to be 3 as well, which I'm going to write in there. Alright, I can however add color. So all these parts here will be green because it faces a certain direction. And then I will have another color for those components that face the other direction. So we will use a different color for these ones, like that there. That is an open space. Remember, and I'm going to add my roof as well. But of course, before you do that, please make sure that the lines are nice and dark, like that. You might want to have a curved roof as well, or you might have no roof at all. That depends solely upon you, what to do. Or your roof might just end there, and you will see more of the seating appears. That is basically what your stand is going to look like. It's a very simple structure where people will sit here and their backs will be against this upright here. So you will have quite a few people who will be sitting on this stand enjoying live matches. Of course, you may want to add the platform here as well in your drawing. Let's proceed. The next subsection is a flow chart of how the events will unfold when you are going to make it. You can be very creative in this blank space. You can have a speech bubble that states step 1 and you can tell us what step 1 is. You can have an arrow showing us where we need to look at for step 2. Or if you want to have square blocks or heart shapes, whatever you feel you want to do, be creative about it. Label your steps. Give us a one-liner or two-liner in terms of what needs to happen next. And it can take all sorts of different routes to be able to give us a creative way in terms of a flow diagram, how to unfold the making process. Please add color, make it very interesting. You will be allocated 4 marks for this specific section. Grade 8, we have come to the final part of our assignment. Here we are going to draw a 2D view of our sketch we've made. And we're going to start quite low here because we're going to draw the front, the side and the top. And if you look at what you have, this is going to be my front and I'm making, that is going to be my front and I'm placing my arrow there. That's going to be my left view and that's going to be my top view. Taking the sizes into consideration. Let's look at the front view. Grade 8, we have reached the last part, and I want to show you quickly how to draw a 2D drawing of your sketch. I've already marked it off. We're going to start over here, and I want to move 12 units to that side. You're going to count it out, 12. It has a height of 1, 2, 3, 4, and it has a height of 4 blocks this side, of which this top part is my roof. So I'm going to add a thick line there, and I'm going to add my steps. Step 1, step 2 on the lines, and you can use a ruler to be able to assist you drawing this. This is going to be my support pole there, keeping up my roof, and that's going to be my support pole. That's why I'm drawing sort of thick lines there. That will serve as my front view. I'm going to leave a 2 space gap here, and I'm going to start my top view there. It's going to be in line here. I know that my roof is 1, 2, 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3 blocks. And I'm just going to close it up. And that's the only thing I can view from the top. I will just add my pillars here on the corners as supports for my roof. Then I'm going to use this space here to draw my left view. I'm going to have a 2 space gap. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3 blocks like that, and I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks up. Then I'm going to draw my steps, 1 up, 1 in, 1 up, 1 in, 1 up, 1 in, and those would be my seating. That is my height of my pole at the back. My roof goes until that point there, or I can extend it further if I want to. But once I extend it here, I have to extend it there as well. So if I'm going to extend it here, I will have to extend it here as well. That's why I've created the space in between. Those are my supports. And here I'm going to draw my support pole nice and thick, as well as at the back there. I'm going to label it neatly between 2 5mm lines as my different views. This is going to be my front view, and I'm going to print it there. This is going to be my top view, and I'm going to print it there. And this is going to be my left view, and that one must be printed underneath as well. Of course, you can add some dimensions in here as well. So from here to there, I'm going to dimension that by saying that's 4 units. I'm going to dimension this here at the top as 12 units. And then I'm going to draw my width across here from there to there, stating with arrows, that's 3 units of my building, and that's my overhang of 1 unit. And that's basically what your top view will look like. It must be a complete replica of your design which you have made. I hope you enjoyed. All the best. Thank you very much.